It's it doesn't matter if you hear an air raid siren. If you're in a place and that missile has your name on it, it's gonna hit. So that's, to me, is irrelevant. More importantly, the you know the the anti airstrike systems over here is what counts. So what you want to do at the end of the day is just make sure that you don't get hit with a missile and it doesn't land. Um, Air raid sirens aren't going to do anything for you. What are you going to do? You're going to run somewhere? You might be running towards the airstrike. You just sit tight and you just hope for the best.
Okay, thank you. So more anti-missile systems for Ukraine. That's the answer.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank you so much. I
yeah.
will drop down and thank you again for everything you do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kadig. So yesterday, James, when you were talking about delivering equipment that you're going to deliver downrange,
Mhm.
you said this is like planning a mission. You just don't drive a pickup truck down the street, pull over, and say, "Here's your stuff." Uh, can you just talk to us a little bit about how you plan such a mission without giving anything away?
Well,
I'm not asking you to do that.
it,
Uh,
it's a pretty simple question. Um, I get with these guys. I'll have them drop a pin, and and then I'll go with the Starlink, and I'll put it on airplane mode because you want to be careful about you want to be you want to make sure that you have phone discipline over there, because once you get down to the front lines, you don't want to be triangulated. I have several different phones. I have burners. I have all kind. I change my SIM cards all the time, and then when I go downrange, I just we'll drop a pin. We'll meet up. Um, Most of the time, if I'm going, with my guys, I know exactly where to go. And if I'm meeting other different units, then, we will clandestinely, get together, and then we'll meet up, and, that's it. And that's what I'm about to do in a couple of days with, Tuck, and I'm happy to, finally get this. I've been sitting on this scope that he needed for you know over a month right now, and I got a generator for him, and I got some cold winter gear that he requested, and so I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna meet him over in well, let's just say pretty close to the front, uh, if not beyond it. I don't want to give it away, but yeah. So that's how we operate. I mean, it's not as you know crazy as everybody thinks. It's just you got to be smart about how you do things and make sure that listen, I'm a high value target, along with a lot of other guys. Tuck is one as well, and so in order to stay alive, we just got to kind of be smart about it. And we figured a lot of things out over here, and how to outsmart Russians, and where our locations are, and how we operate. And you just got to be a little bit smarter than them, which doesn't take much, because they're not the brightest bulbs.
they're not the brightest bulbs in the Sears store. You're right. So when you say you're a high value target, I mean that means you're in danger when you walk outside your apartment.
I'm always an HVT over here, and and I conduct my life that way. Um, I understand that. I know there's a big bounty on my head. I know that. You know, Anybody would love to get a couple $100,000, for killing me. In a place that is very poor. Let's just say that, that's a lot of rubles for a any Russian. So I conduct my life that way. I know that any given time I walk out of my door, that that there's a good possibility that somebody wants to put a bullet in me, and or poison me. How Russians conduct their business. So I when I go to eat, I'm always at the back of the restaurant facing the door. I always have a firearm on me. I always have everything that I need, that what it takes to survive over here, and I make sure that my head is always on a swivel, and but listen, any day could be a last over here, for a number of reasons. It could just be a rocket strike like we had today. It could have easily been my place that got bombed. You know, as well as the other places that got hit today. You just never know. So yeah, it's kind of a trifle situation, and it's always something that you have to worry about. But I kind of again, I conduct my life as listen, any day could be your last over here. Um, don't you know don't fret the small things. Just live your life, and hope for the best. Expect the worst and hope for the best.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's good advice for the last day of the old year, the first day of the new year. Live your life.
Yeah, I
Hope
mean,
for the best,
let,
prepare
let,
for the worst.
let's face it. You want to you expect, you hope every day that this war is going to be over, and that you're not going to have to worry about this type of stuff, and that you're not going to have to worry about looking over your shoulder every day. But you know, until that day happens, you just got to you know conduct your life in that manner, and then one day you're probably not going to have to. And so those are the days I'm waiting for, and once that day comes, then I'm going to help rebuild, and I'm going to be a happy camper over here. But until then, I got to be very careful.
We're going to help rebuild here at Maria Report too. But the first thing we're going to do here at Maria Report and at mariaaid.org is win this war. Stand with Ukrainians and win this war. But like James, we're going to be here for the future. Uh, and I cannot wait for that
I hope
future.
so, and I hope you guys keep doing what you're doing. Even after this is done, because you guys have been doing a fantastic job. And listen, there's going to be other conflicts in other places in the world, and maybe you'll put your attention to that. But right now, here we are, and you guys have been doing a fantastic job. And I just again want to say, you know, you know, you guys have been amazing, supporting Ripley's Heroes, and amazing at what you guys are doing. And for anybody who is tuning in just now, just know that these guys do not get paid. Everybody is working, pro bono, and doing an amazing job keeping everybody informed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you guys are amazing at what you do.
Yeah, we all do work pro bono. That means we're volunteers. Had to look that phrase up. Pro bono. What do you mean? I'm going to work pro bono. What does that mean? It means no pizza, as Yehuda says. No cups of coffee. No nothing. We just devote our time and our spirit, our hearts, and everything we have to Maria Report and to Ukraine. So, James, you mentioned you grew up in Brooklyn, right?
Yes, sir.
I can kind of hear it in your voice. My college roommate was from Brooklyn, I come from New England, and I'll tell you the funniest thing.
Well, I lived in both places, so I
My,
I lived in Boston for 16 years as well, and so yes, I understand where we go with this.
well, I'll tell you. So my roommate from Brooklyn could not understand a single word my father said when he visited us freshman year, and
Where's your father?
we're from Maine. He had a very,
Okay,
very,
so you
very,
probably
very
from
deep Maine
Boston.
accent.
So
Uh,
you definitely park your car somewhere, right?
Oh, Jesus, James, we do more than pack our car somewhere. You are like from Boston. I mean, you've got to come up to Maine to figure out
You
just
know how
how,
hard it is to go to a Yankee Red Sox game in Fenway Park when you're a New York Yankees fan.
you know how hard it is to go to a New York Knicks Boston Celtics game.
Yes, I do. 100%. That's fantastic.
Well, in any event, all my father asked was, and as he said, "You boys want to go out to dinner?" And McGuire from Brooklyn turns to me and says, "What do you say?"
What do you say? Yeah, you want to go out to dinner? Yeah. Listen, it's so weird that you literally are 4 hours away from each other, and it seems like two different languages.
Two different languages and two different worlds too.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
very true. And if anybody who is listening right now is from Boston and or New York and has been to either place, will completely understand.
Yes, yes, they will. So that was kind of a little diversion here on Maria Report. Uh, Really, we're all about Ukraine here. So please retweet this space. James Vasquez is with us. Lots of other Ukrainian voices are with us. James is not Ukrainian, but he's in Ukraine right now. We've just been through a terrorist missile barrage in Kyiv. I think most of the missiles were intercepted. We're going to look up that news and bring it to you. And we do have a hand up, James. I'm going to go to Bionade. Bionade?
Thank you very much, everyone. And yeah, I just wanted to point out, Ellen, Ellen, you're fucking amazing. I mean, you're professional, really. Um,
Who?
English is not my first language, so but every time I listen to Alan and he makes his good
Oh,
announcements, I really love it. Just my personal opinion,
No, no,
but I really like it.
Bionade. Don't make me laugh. I could not use an R in the English language until I was over 18. There just was no R. Never heard it.
yeah,
Never, ever heard it.
because he only drove a car.
Yep. Only, and it was a standard. Uh,
That's awesome.
well, it's because it's New Year's Eve, and I guess you know, they we're celebrating New Year's Eve in our own way all around the world, and
What time is it over there, by the way, young man?
so right now Eastern time in the U.S., James, it's 10:50, so it's 10 minutes to 11. The new year has not rolled across us yet, but it has rolled across all of Europe, all of Africa, across the
Sure.
Atlantic. But pretty soon we'll have fireworks, I guess.
Yeah, I've already seen them today. Unfortunately, the fireworks weren't the kind of fireworks that we like to celebrate in the United States.
Yeah, I know. I know. Bionade, go ahead.
James, I mean it's 4:50 in the morning here in Germany, so I think it's 5:50
5:51 over
for
here.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. James, New Year's resolutions and everything. I personally, I wish for Ukraine many more equipment, many more tanks, many more Leopards.
Another fat fingered it.
All right, so equipment. I like the Leopards. I like to see the Leopards in Ukraine. I like to see much more equipment in Ukraine. I would even like to see the Weasel family in Ukraine. And what would be your wish? What do you want to see in Ukraine?
James, you still with us? James? Bernardo, James might have stepped down for just a moment, but I know
Yeah,
He
not
may
a
have a
problem right away.
call. It may be a call.
So here on Maria Report,
He's not wrong. I was getting a phone call.
okay, James, go ahead.
So for anybody who doesn't know what this gentleman is talking about, he's talking about a tank, Leopold's tanks. What would be my New Year's wish? Well, I wish the war would be over, and then I can get down to business and help rebuild. But I don't know that that's going to happen anytime soon. So that would be my New Year's wish. But life isn't doesn't go according to my wishes.
Indeed, life does not go according to our wishes. So we have a new speaker up. Dale, haven't raised your hand. Do you have a question or comment?
Well, hi, Al. I'm an old friend of yours.
Yes,
And
yes, I know.
okay,
It's nice to see you. I recognize
don't know
you right away.
I don't know who I'm more excited to speak with because I haven't seen you in a while. But I was going to get back to the Brooklyn thing because James and I have a connection there. I did not know about an R either, and my mother used to call me so stubborn.
Stubborn.
You know, when I when I didn't do, the thing I was supposed to do, I was so stubborn. You're so stubborn. Anyway, but
Not
I did
stubborn.
also.
Not stubborn, but stubborn.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, James, you might know me from my Jewish mother moments that I've sent you at difficult times. And I want to thank on your Twitter. And I want to thank you for all through this whole time sharing your story, sharing your journey, how you traveled through life to Ukraine. You didn't just travel there, you traveled through life to Ukraine. And it was always very moving. And I always knew that you were doing the things you're doing out of a need to turn around bad to good. And I think that is such a virtuous thing that we do when some of us do, when we've had bad luck or bad history, and you just turned it to good. And what I